Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to our monthly product webinars with updates. It's me, Paulina, just like always with you. Quick prerequisite, I sincerely hoped to use this guy for better sound on this webinar, but unfortunately faced some technical challenges. This is why I just hope that today we'll still we'll be able to hear and see everything well. And I promise that for the next one, I will overcome all those technical challenges and we'll have even better sound. So as always, we're going briefly through main primary updates that we had in the recent month. It was like full of news, materials, and updates. And this video will be recorded, uploaded to the YouTube. You'll have the link so you can check it out anytime. And if you have any questions, you're very welcome to drop them here in the comment section. I will have time to answer all of them. They can be regarding the updates or they can be abstract as well, because like you have a token head right now. So if you are interested in anything, like that's the time to check this out. Okay, I have a share button, share the screen, and yeah, hope you can see my screen right now and that I will not forget to switch between the tabs. So as you see, like this is probably the first time with the list of the updates topics is that long. So we are going briefly talk about the import, then briefly talk about AI, not because it's not valuable, but because like not that many things to showcase. Whiteboard, what was improved. Views, that's probably something where we'll spend most of the time because we have released a fully new view dashboard. We polished a Gantt view, so it was like not something to be ashamed of, and released some homepage improvements. Permissions, we'll go through them as well, and we'll see what we have in other updates, which you can be interested in as well. So, like some stats, as always, we released 43 features. For comparison, last month we released 34, and a month before there was like 23. So it's like a bit tricky counting because this time, like this is the first time when we had 5 Thursdays in a month, so 5 releases versus normally 4. But I think, still think that the speed is quite impressive. We fixed 92 bugs, also something to be proud of. You never ask how much do we produce, but fixing is also very good. We also have new illustration style on our website developed by our wonderful designer Dasha. So I think they're really cute. We also experience some challenges with the stability, but if you haven't mentioned them, it means that our devs did a good job, because in the meanwhile, like it was not enough to update the status page, but it was enough to find the root case to fix it. So minus one more chance that everything will be broken because we found it and fixed it. This is not probably not sure where has it to go, to dopamine or to cortisol channels. And we also opened the first position in months. We're hiring educator. Maybe you read about it already somewhere. If not, you're very welcome to share with us someone who you think can be a fit. So right now we have a lot of gaps about like explaining whatever we have in Fabry to our users, to you. And it's not something that we have like as a structured approach, rather something like chaotical, sporadical, holistic, and this has to be changed. Before we already had like 3 educators across the time, and like none of them is with us today, and all of them because with different reasons. So that's yet another attempt. And yeah, okay, finally, let's go to the news section. And also, like as you see here, oh my God, why do we have those ugly borders? I don't want them. Okay, cool. No other page again. Okay, so I also added information about how many devs were working on this area. So usually we have like the area we are focused on. It has one product guy, one designer, one QA, and different number of developers. So here we have one developer working on. What was improved? Now it's possible to import self-relations with the CSV, and it's much easier to import date range. We can also now can sync from Notion standalone pages. So before we're just thinking pages that are part of your databases, now those that are standalone. So if somehow you still have some like retrospective wiki stored in Notion, that's time to test it out and maybe bring it to Fibery, because why not? We also improved stability part for the integrations. So like the breaks have to happen a bit less, and maybe not every time it will be our fault. Linear, now we also support better self-relations on projects and issues level. Now there is simpler often important sync, and we have issues with syncing data from Slack. So what does it mean? Unfortunately, Slack changed their API for everyone, and they pushed very hard limits, which in fact break all existing integrations for their customers that are about getting data from Slack. So we had two types of Slack integration right now. The one that was about the notifications part. So like when you get notified in Fibery, you're notified on Slack, etc. This part will be working as normal. But we also had another Slack integration, which was focused on getting data from Slack. So for example, when you have a community in Slack, or maybe you have a feedback channel, so you can like get this information and then process the feedback in Fibery, or communications there as well about specific areas. So we already removed our integration apps from template gallery. And if you have it working right now, it is still working, because Slack just announced the changes but haven't haven't turned them on yet. So like we still hope that they will reconsider something, but if not, there is a chance that your integration will become broken. Of course, we'll set some notifications, notify in advance, but you now already are aware of what probably is going to happen. Let's go now to some examples of what had changed. So right now we are in Workspace. We have a database called task, and we can import some CSV file. And here I will just give you an example about the self-relations, the part that you can be interested in case you still like make some kind of these things. So I uploaded the CSV file, and now I have those. First of all, I already have a database which is called task, and it already has a self-relation pre-configured. And in the CSV task, I have columns which are called parent task and subtasks. So I just have to choose corresponding self-relations right here. And the second option, if we don't have like database created with self-relations yet, and we want to create them from the CSV, I'll click on the import from CSV. I will upload the same file we had. Next, here it works like it's not suggesting it everything correctly. So I will say that this is my database, which is called task test, and subtasks has to be a relation to task test, and this has to be many, and this one also has to be a relation to the task test, and this one will be one. Okay, so like you have to choose the relation to, same database, click import, and it will create for us a new database and the data, and very nicely. I mean, it made it even twice, but why not? Maybe I made some mistake, but it works. I just had a few more columns. This is fine. And regarding like the other updates, so before, if you had the date range, you had to make sure that in the CSV it follows this standard, which was pretty complicated to handle, to be honest. Now this part also works. So if you have any date ranges somewhere in the CSV files, now it is much less painful to work with them. So import, by the way, appeared to be very popular. So we will continue working on it. What is coming? We are going to implement option to update existing entities with CSV. Here, the most popular use case was like, I have a CRM, information about the contacts. It's coming from the outside somewhere, who knows, from the spreadsheets, from sales team who is Shame, not in Fiverr yet. So they just gave me a new file, and I want with this file update information that exists already. So before we had like to implement some like deduplication template or maybe AI or something else. Now it will be possible to do with a CSV. That was pretty popular request. So this is what we have about the import part. Next one is about AI. Here we have 3 developers working on that constantly. One of them sometimes switches to the permission issues, but to have a very like deep focus here. So what had changed? Smart Agent now learned the user guide. So when you go to the Fiverr AI, you can like ask it also like it's like your own AI assistant, like support chart, these kind of things. You can ask it any question and it will be able to answer to you, like how do I configure automation, like how to update the data, how to write a script, whatever, you can ask it. So both about your data, what happens in your workspace, and about Fiverr functionality as well. It's not experimental anymore. We're happy with the performance. We're happy with the stability. So we released it publicly. It also means that we will not features in beta. There's always like a 50-50 chance that they will be removed if we are not happy with them, like it happened to the chatbots. Now it's not in beta anymore. It's not experimental. So hooray. And now it's also possible to create views with AI. So you can now ask it, and before you could only create boards and tables. Now you can create any view, but reports, dashboards, and whiteboards yet. Reports is something the most complicated, so not sure when it will be delivered. Whiteboards is something that we are working on right now. So I sincerely hope that it will be done like in a month, maximum 2. It will be also possible to generate a whiteboard with AI. You can check it out, like timelines, calendars, Gantt views, lists. You can just like explain what do you want to see there, and it will create it for you. It's also very nice if you have like, for example, a new manager that joined the team who knows how the result has to look like, but don't know a lot about Fiverr yet. So this will be the time saver. I'm not even sure like how to demonstrate it, because if you already checked out the smart agent, like nothing new there, you can just like a new list of actions that you can perform. Um, we continue working on the precision of the agent, the quality, so we read all reports and about any abnormalities that you post like in intercom chat or in the community. Everything is read and checked. It will be possible to create automation with AI, something one of the devs is working on, create whiteboard with AI after, and MCP remote server. So right now we have MCP, but sometimes it has issues with connection. So we're going to implement remote server. I hope it will be done even in the beginning of August, because it's already in testing phase. Like we almost like succeeded to deliver yesterday, but not yet. And we also have a new AI sign up. I'm not sure that it's important and relevant for you, but if you were like aware of some other companies who you think Fiverr can be a fit, but you didn't want to recommend it to them because of our a very challenging learning curve, like now's the best time, because with a new AI sign up, we'll have the smart agent built like in the sign up flow. So when they will sign up, they can just like explain how their company operates, and they will go into the workspace tied already for them. This is something that we have already at the moment, but not with the smart agent, so the quality is lower. It will be better, it will be absolutely amazing. So yes, not very relevant for you, but I'm very excited. Okay, the next thing that we have is whiteboard updates. So what we delivered already is better group control, under redo, zoom and pan to mouse. Let's see how it looks like, because here we have something to test. Okay, so here I have some like stickers, and I can choose all of them. Then it will become a group. First of all, like I can do and rotate whatever I want. It was not possible before. I think it's working also pretty smooth. It's also like possible to hold the short keys, like option click, and then we have, I know it's a bit harder without a mouse than I assumed. Okay, like this, and to duplicate. So there is a shortcut Alt if you're on Windows, Option if you are on Mac, and you can quickly duplicate a group. And it's also possible to like choose duplicate option here. So, and it will show to you exactly what's going on. It's also possible to resize. Oh no, not to rotate, resize, sorry. It's and everything inside is resized automatically. I mean, like, yes, it looks like a very basic functionality, but also it looks like a magic. So I think it's worth it. And you can also like lock one of the items, again, highlight everything and start resizing again. But as you see, locked item will not be changed. And we did something, and I can go to the Command Z or Control Z, and it worked. I mean, like, not that much, but still it works. Now, like, undo on whiteboard has to become really significantly better, and it works like in terms of like localization, because there are different types of keyboards and different types of languages. Thus, the shortcuts could also be different. And we tested out for several languages, for example, German, which had acquired a lot of reports, and there it also has to work. So if you're a whiteboard user, I think it's something very nice to have. It's also possible, by the way, to use arrow keys to move everything smoothly. Yes, I'm just using arrows and see, like, it's like a very small but cute train, I think. I mean, very precise, very cute. I hope also very helpful. Um, what else have we done? Yep, group control under resume and zoom and pan with the mouse. So it has to be like before it was um, like jumping with the scroll. Now it has to work much smoother. You can also check out it on your side. Um, this is what we have right now regarding the whiteboards. What are we planning to release? Whiteboard history. So this is already something that we have like almost in testing. So we could like see the changes, everything like you do right now with the documents and overall the history. And after that, we also have ability to embed views into whiteboard, like we do with documents. Whiteboard history, once it will be done, because it also appeared like a bigger task than we initially assumed, this developer will go to files, and there will be only one developer left in whiteboard and one designer, aka product guy. He's wearing two hats at the same time. This is all about the whiteboards. Views. This is like the most impressive part, I would say. First of all, let's talk about the Gantt view. So what do we have here? Okay, I will just, okay. So right now we can see the Gantt view, and um, as an item, I have chosen here a feature database, and you can choose what it will be grouped by. And I've chosen like to group it by the parent feature recursive, because feature has a relation to a feature. And as you see here, like the depth or the hierarchy here, I think is most like 2-3 levels maximum, but the depth of the hierarchy is unlimited. And we can like continue it here, any level down. By the way, so this like plus button is another improvement that we made it more simple and easily to navigate to create new items on the Gantt. So self-relations have unlimited hierarchy, like on every other view. Um, and this is just another example. So here we have a bit more complicated structure. We have features, which are grouped by parent features. We have product areas, which are grouped by assignees. And now if I go into the filter option, now there is an ability to hide empty groups. So I unhided it. We have like a developer who is not with us anymore. He's deactivated, but he still appears in assignees. We don't want to see him. So we'll hide empty groups, and he disappeared. I think similar thing we also had like on the timeline. So it's not like very innovative approach to something, but a time saver. if you have access to Gantt and if you're using them actively. Um, Good news, like, so Gantt View received some love in terms of self-relations, ability to hide empty groups, and ability to easily create entities. Now, we also fixed tons of bugs found on the Gantt View. Not a very nice and easy task to do, but we fixed it, all of them, and we consider it as done and even polished one. So if you have any feedback about Gantt view in particular, that's the time to share it, because like maybe it will be like the last part we do about this. The second thing about the views are dashboards. So let's just create them from scratch here. So a dashboard is considered like not like a view you can create here, like a separate like section here you can create on any space level if you have enough permissions. And there is an option to add widgets. So what do we have here? We can add existing view, embeds, or create something directly. If I add existing view, for example, another Gantt, here's how it looks like. Any widget, you can change its size. So like you like the way it works. And you can also like move it across the dashboard to the place you think makes sense. And boom, boom, boom. It's also possible to embed, uh, some external things. For example, I will embed here the YouTube video because like, why not? Maybe we can resize this one and we can look at our Gantt view and also listen to some lo-fi hip hop radio because why not? You can not only use the views that existed already, you can also create those views, even documents, which wasn't here before. So we can say that this is like our README about the dashboard. And yeah, let's type here something. It behaves the same. You can still like put it anywhere you want. And where this document or view that you created is stored, it's stored now under the dashboard. So this like small icon appeared, and everything that was not existed before but created specifically for this dashboard will live here. It's also possible to create context dashboards, like with the like with what you were doing with the smart folders. So like group by product area and have a dashboard about a product area. Like choose users as a top level smart folders and create dashboard per user. So as you see, we created it in a private section. So in fact, everyone can create a dashboard for themselves about the information they are really interested in. What else can we do? We can log editing, we can duplicate, add to favorites, copy link, and delete. Not that many fancy actions, but I think it's very helpful. I'm pretty proud of our dashboards because before it was still possible, like by creating a document and embedding there the timeline, like the views like this. But dashboard is probably more intuitive, more clear, and even more polished, I would say. Um, this is it about the dashboards. You're very welcome to test them out because they are free on, like, they are included in every plan. So you have access to them. And again, not yet, they cannot be created with AI, but I also hope maybe this is something we'll be able to achieve in the future. And what is also possible right now, we can go to the homepage. As you see on the homepage, we have like some predefined structural things. You can also add widgets here, and now it's possible to add existing views, embeds, shared with me, and a watch list. So the part with the embedding views is a new one. So in fact, homepage can also be used as a personal dashboard. And what do we have in plans? Here is making homepage a default one. So once someone logs into the system, they start from the homepage, and it like probably makes everything a bit more simple to navigate, because here you have my work across different databases, so you can filter it out. So yeah, this is it. That was what we had about the views: Gantt view, new dashboard view, and continue polishing the homepage. What is coming? We have, like, one of the devs is going to the mobile already. Like, they made some technical background, so I sincerely hope that it will not just start the preparation, but will start the real development, the very big next stage. Others will stay in this area for a while, and will focus on polishing views here and there. Like, board view will have some love, like, just if there are any low-hanging fruits, we'll be happy to implement them these days. There will be also new widgets for the homepage, like watch list, share with me, make it default, and more love to board view, and specify which entity view to open based on the field value, maybe in September. So, like, when you have different layouts for the entity view, and let's say you have a database called task, and task has different types, like development task, marketing task. They're still very small, so they're not that much different. So based on the type of the task, the specific layout will be opened automatically. So this is what we are cooking for the September. This is it about the views. The next part is permission updates. So let's go here and check. Okay, what was done? Okay. So right now we are in the customer success space. I opened the conversation database, and it has the access page, the normal one. So right now we can see that it is shared with 30 users, and we can see all the details about that. And the same things we can do and see it on the space level. So again, the permission management becomes more and more discoverable, so we can see everything shared with the user. We can see everyone who has access to the space, everyone who has access to the database. And what is coming is like access audit for user and groups. What else had changed? Oh, sorry, I'm opened very wrong, not very, but still a little bit wrong link. So the one I wanted to open was to the YouTube. So here we have like access management video, collaborating with clients and freelancers in Fiverr. If that is your use case, like, this video was relevant, then we broke some things, and now this video is relevant again. In a nutshell, this is how it works. What does that mean? So when you're working with guests and you invite guests to your workspace, not you invite them to the workspace, but you share some information with them. Like, for example, customers will have access to their projects or to their invoices, etc. First, they could see the left menu, so you could like create smart folders on the top level and prepare some nice visualizations for them. But then, because of some other features we were developing, this functionality disappeared, and guests didn't have any access to the left menu at all. It broke some nice case scenarios. So once we finished with everything else, we brought this functionality back, and guests can see top level smart folders in their views again. Ta-da! Like, break something, then bring it as a new feature, and everyone is happy, I believe. And so what is coming? Access audit for user and groups, and access changes in activity log and data history. So if someone access was revoked, or someone was granted more access than required, you will be able to see who did it when. So it will be more helpful in terms of, again, permission management and conflicts between like different admins about who can see and what, and tracking all of that. Also, on the permissions, I didn't mention how many devs that we have, because we have 4 developers, and one of them is a backend developer, which has like faces those are the issues, because he's the only one working on that on the backend, and he's going to take some vacations these days. So Andrew, not sure you will be watching it, but I sincerely hope that you will relax a little bit. He also has like a newborn baby, so facing both permissions and newborns, we're all afraid of your sanity, Andrew. But here we are, keeping fingers crossed that work-life balance will be not achieved, but it will become closer to it than before. What else? Access to your invoices. Again, wonderful example about how we broke everything and now we are repairing it. So now you can again find your invoices in the price and billing section in your workspace. So small history recap, it was possible, but then we implemented new invoices provider. So we're using Braintree as a payment provider, but Braintree is not super friendly and fancy in terms of how to manage subscriptions, get fancy reports, etc. And also he's working very poor for referral programs, for promo codes, for custom discounts. That was a nightmare. So we also implemented the charge B. It's another like financial instrument. By the way, we also have integration with it now because we need it. We implemented it and shared with you. But having two financial sources broke the fact that like it was complicated to keep consistencies for user and be GDPR compliant. So we had to hide invoices from the tool until we polished everything, and invoices were sent to your billing emails, which is not cool because sometimes you can lose them because of spam and etc. So now you have again access. Display location fields as pins on a map. This is, I cannot say that this is very helpful in terms, and we had a lot of requests, but this is cool. What does it mean? I have a list of cool places: Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, Sydney Opera House, because I've seen nothing, and I'm planning what have I do before I turn not 30, 50. That's or 100 before I turn 100. Good. So now we have a location field here, and you can choose how it will be visualized right now on the entity view. So if we go to the manage fields and layouts, as you see, most of the fields have this icon. And if I click on it, I can choose hide when empty or display as. And now our location field has display as preview. And look at this. Look how fancy it looks like right now. I mean, it wasn't possible before. Now it works. I think that's very nice. So, yep, no one asked for this, but the developer who was working on the map view, it's also the one who is working on permissions, and he also created forms. So he just had time in between permission features, and he like, what can I do? I can do something I love. So yep, referral program improvements. We made a lot. So if you're interested in, I'm not even sure that it makes sense to dive into it like right now in details. You can check it out. We have a very nice guide like this one, credits and referral programs. But overall, you refer someone, they sign up, you gain $20 in credits. If like uh, this the person that you invited also has a bonus when they sign up. It's like $100. So it like nicely prolongs the trial. So together with our amazing AI sign up, you are very welcome to spread the word about it. Also, I know that our referral program is not very actively used. And if you have like any ideas of how to improve it, like you could say like, okay, I would use it if you're very welcome to share it with us because we're very open to experimenting here on this topic. Next part is formulas. Loop detection is kinder now. So right now, you can create two formulas that depend on each other. And as long as they don't produce an infinite recalculation loop, they will work. Before, we stopped at the first recalculation, so it became smarter. If you're a geeky creator who wants like to implement amazing and crazy things, this probably can be helpful for you. And last thing is publicly shared entities now include report abuse, action to fight spam and phishing. So, oh no, is it something? Yes. So now, when you share publicly any card, for example, here we like share the entity publicly with Eiffel Tower, there is a report button. So if you found something, you can easily report, because before you had like to ping us via email, and like we reacted fast, but we also have our own prediction system. But this one probably will be just a better touch to fight those. I think we are now that successful, so we have to deal with the spam and phishing. And although it makes me a bit sad and disappointed in humanity, it also makes me proud that yes, we are that cool. Um, what else? We also had some new templates, org chart, and allocation management. I hope they're pretty valuable, to be honest. Org chart includes like self-relations between employees, ability to group by team, and some helpful guides about permissions. Allocation management, it's very popular request, to be honest, because, but at the same time, it's very challenging because all the companies are doing allocation management very differently. So we just took one of the most popular cases, made a structure, template, video. So if you were considering implementation, you can check this out. And we continue like improving our template gallery. So we also like improve the employee management part and recorded an explanatory video about it. Also, by the way, since we started hiring, last time we were like properly hiring was like 3 years ago, and we started hiring this one person. But to do this, we polished our own hiring space, implemented like their options to easily refuse the candidate, invite to the interview. We also sync all the communication with the candidates. So once we finish the hiring process and our hiring manager, aka product permissions guy, aka growth manager, will have some free space. Most likely he will record a loom about how do we manage that, and I'll also turn that into the article and into the template, and we'll share it with you, because maybe you can like grab some ideas and implement it for yourself as well. And now it's time for questions and answers. Even though we do not have any comments, no, no, we do have. Oh yes, now we have a chat, a comment. We have a question to answer. So why Mapbox though, and not Google Maps? The answer is very tragical, because they are free. That's from what I remember. Also, our developer was before working in another startup called OneSoil that were focused on agriculture and maps as well. And they were using, from what I remember, at some point at least, Mapbox there as well. So he had experience. And the map view in Fiber is not something, relevant for all of our customers, or even to many of them. It's rather something nice to have, fancy one. So it was something he just wanted to implement. If at some point we could see that there is a great interest and a lot of use cases for our target customers, then of course I would consider switching to something like proper. But for now, Mapbox is like more than enough, even though it doesn't have some addresses, as we found out. Google is evil. Why not OpenStreetMap? I don't know. Again, just because with Mapbox we had some experience. Google is definitely evil, but my roommate, for example, works in Google. So I'm happy that she's not here, and I sincerely hope that a cat will not tell her that. But I think that she also knows about that. This is it. A lot of was done, although we had a lot of teammates on vacation. And I think we also have a lot of them on vacation in August, just because it's a nice time to relax and pause. our CEO was on vacation, and maybe he will take even a few more weeks off because he found out how burned out he was. Not burned out, okay, like um, how bad he was feeling only once he stopped working. So if you haven't taken vacation for quite a time, maybe I'm your sign saying like, please think of it. Maybe take some days off and enjoy the last month summer. I mean, the last of this year's summer. And thank you so much for coming, for watching, and have a great weekend because it's Friday, and you can like we have some minutes left, so you can always tell them that webinar was much longer, and you'll have just some more time for your coffee, tea, or whatever you have. So see ya. Bye bye.